So I have no idea how this is going to go at all. This is a game called Rory's Story Cubes, and it's not really a game, Tony. It's a storytelling venture.
All right.
I don't know why this is stuck in... I want it... Unlock it. Don't snap it. Delete. So here's the deal, Tony. You roll all the cubes at the same time. You look at the picture on the surface. You choose one cube for the beginning of the story. And you use like 1 or 2 sentences per dice. And then we continue on the story for each person. I guess we take turns picking up dice. I will let you go first.
You should probably demonstrate first.
Okay. Let's see. I guess all right, this is a cane. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Once upon a time, there was an old man who could hardly walk. He had to use a cane to get around.
And then I pick a die and add to the story?
Yeah.
All right. Inside the old man's house, he looked down the stairs. His knees felt wobbly, and he wasn't sure if he could make it down.
But the old man had dreamed of exotic things. He dreamed of flying away on an airplane, through the skies like a bird. He'd never been on an airplane before. I don't know why I'm using that voice, Tony. No idea.
That's mystery. He wanted to meet the wonderful sheep herders of New Zealand.
Oh, that's cool. But I think this is a boat. Is that a boat?
Zooming.
Oh no, it's a bridge. I'm sorry. I was gonna say he had to get on a boat, but that doesn't. Oh, I didn't want to do that. How do I get it back to the bridge? Boop. There we go.
There you go.
I was trying to turn it around. Usually we can spin things a little bit.
Yeah,
no, I didn't want to spin it like that.
We could make a line instead of, this weird little story arc. That's what we'll call it.
Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so he decided finally he was old and he had nothing left in his life, there was no reason to hold him back. Like his wife was always afraid and she didn't want to go and stuff, but finally he decided to go. He gets in his car and he starts to drive, but the bridge is out. I know that it shows the bridge being in, but I'm saying the bridge is not out. He couldn't get across the bridge.
So the old man pulls a chainsaw out of the back of his car.
Oh, yes! Out of his pickup truck.
He finds a tree on the side of the road. It's a very, very large tree. Cuts it down and bridges the water.
But as he's walking across the tree, he finds an ancient key, like nestled in the branches of it, that had been there rusty and all clumped up with dirt and stuff. It's probably been there for as long as he's been alive, or at least close to that long.
So he goes and he takes the key, looking around for anything that it might belong to, and barely discernible in the rocks is a steel door, rusted and old.
The old man opens the door and finds... We don't know! It's a question! Uncertain ending, Tony, for the win!
Where does the old man's mystery end? Put it in the comments.
Actually really liked that. That was fun.
That was a little bit weird, but it was fun.
I think we need practice, Tony. Do you want to do another one? Do you want to do another roll of the dice?
I rolled it last time, so you roll it this time.
Okay. This is a new story.
What is this game called again?
It's called Somebody's Dice. I forget exactly. Oh, I rolled them over that way. Okay.
Off the table, oh no!
That's okay. I'll put that over there. Let me look and see in the workshop thing what it says. Nope. Where am I at? Rory's Story Cubes. All right, so who's starting the story? Is it you? You're starting it this time, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking over these dice.
Okay. You got a dragon here that looks like a dragon. That's pretty cool. I should point out, we haven't done a lot of copyrighted stuff, but this is an actual physical game that you can buy, and probably some aspect of it is copyrighted. I have not gotten permission from these people to use it. But if you like this, you should definitely go out and check out the actual game. And I think I'm going to be buying one, Tony. I want to get one and play this with my kids. Because I'm a terrible storyteller. My kids are, I remember when I was growing up, I always wanted my dad to tell me a story. And he's like, oh, I don't know, I can't tell a story. And even though I write stuff, it's not good to come up with things on the fly.
I get that all the time. People are like just girls will be like, oh, tell me a story. And it's like, give me a prompt at least. It'd be like, just anything. Is it fantasy? Is it sci-fi? What the hell? Like, if you're going to tell me a story. Tell me if you want it to be about me or if you want it to be fiction. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you the darkest stories that I ever could. Like, I'll start going into details on Charles Manson because you didn't give me a prompt.
Okay.
Right, anyway. So, starting in the medieval courtrooms of some indistinguishable British place.
Okay. Maybe it's fantasy. We don't know yet, Tony.
Yeah. Oh, there's a dragon. There's a boogeyman. There's a castle. I figure we've got this, like...
All right, well, describe these courtrooms. Who's in the courtroom, Tony? Give me a little bit more to work with than that.
Judge McGillicuddy is presiding over a man who claims that his house was destroyed by a dragon and he wants the town to pay for it.
Okay. But... Ooh, let's see. What do we got here? The lawyer for the defense comes up and he says, Your Honor, it couldn't have been a dragon that destroyed his house because... I have his house right here. Here's a picture of it that I took with the magical camera that we have in medieval times. It's perfectly fine. Just trying... You know what? No, that is against the rules, Sony. I'm trying to undo your thing. That's not cool. No, that is number one rule of like improv and stuff and bouncing off people is you don't try to undo what the other person did. Shame on you, Albert. Shame, shame, shame. Cersei Lannister, shame. I'm sorry.
Ding. Shame.
I'm glad we have that bridge again. That's a really helpful one. But suddenly the dragon drops into the courtroom and he says, "It's been a misunderstanding. I didn't do it." That's better. That now it's at least more dramatic.
All right.
It's a courtroom, so there has to be a defendant. And the dragon's the defendant. He says, "No, I did not. And I'm also a lawyer, and I'm acting in my own behalf. I have a fool for a lawyer, and that fool is me."
Stepping from the shadows behind it's not the defendant.
Prosecutor.
Behind our prosecutor is a shadowy troll. I did this.
Whoa, okay. The judge is like, case dismissed.
So there's a link to the Troll's Bridge here.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's a good point. I was going to say that was somebody's imaginary friend to begin with. If I was picking first, that's what I was going to do. Your Honor, this dragon... No, what do I want? Oh, this man went over my bridge and didn't pay the toll. And all men must pay the toll at the Troll Bridge.
At this point, the judge had a little bit of a rough night. He falls asleep during the proceedings.
Okay. Wow.
I'm sorry.
Where do I go from there? No. This is fun. The crowd boos and throws an apple, and they throw it at the judge, but it bonks the man who had his house burned down in the face.
The man is struck so hard that all he sees is stars and arrows going in all sorts of different directions.
I like that. That's good.
He charges out of the courtroom trying to get his bearings.
Oh, I was going to say he passes out.
Yeah, it passes out. The last thing he sees is the stars.
He wakes up in a castle, and he sees the judge awake and back in a chair, and he says, "What happened?" And judge says, "You have just woken up from your dream, and I judge you guilty."
The young man looks out the window late at night, seeing the shooting stars, realizing that he should have paid the troll toll.
I was gonna say like the maybe the castle is in in outer space or something. That would have been cool if I had that token, but that works as well.
I like our first one better, but that was good. That was fun.
That was definitely fun. If you guys like this game, I would highly recommend checking it out. I want to check it out for real.
I want to get a real one, yeah.
It seems like it'd be
9 dice.
Yeah, and they just put them in a bag and just roll them around and tell a story with what you got. It doesn't take that long, and if the story sucks, you can come up with another one. You guys try it out. Tell us how we did wrong. Tell us what you would have done with these dice. Like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.
Have a good one.
Woo! I really do want to get some of these dice, though.
Yeah, me too.